Good evening, Board of Ed. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. Assistant Superintendent Fashnot and DeMeo, did you write the curriculum policy on equity introduced November 2021 and still presently in force?
Excuse me, first, just direct the questions to me. That's just how it works.
Sorry,
That's
President
okay.
Howe. Did Assistant Superintendent DeMeo and Fashnot write the curriculum policy on equity introduced November 2021?
They don't write policy.
Okay. Did the board approve the equity curriculum on November 2021? All right, I'll keep going. You know, I always say I'll ask questions, but it doesn't quite work. This is our current policy. It's on our website. Admittedly, the board is supporting a policy subversive to the interests of our citizens, town, state, and nation. Critical race theory is in your policy, page 8, under inclusion. What's also in your policy is the dissolution of traditional values regarding sexuality and marriage, which is a denial of religious freedom, forcing ideology on students that violate their religion and family values. Page 5, detailing NJ 84454's unconstitutional mandates. See also page 17. Pro-transgender and LGBTQ+ readings listed by grade level. Other such content is all over the place. Page 20, page 9, transgender gods, replete with references. For the record, Tom's River Board of Ed, you have not removed the suggestive or explicit and controversial content. Number 2, with all due respect, and by the way, thank you, Mrs. Lamb, for your comments, giving parents an option to fight this, and as well, President Howe, thank you. But with all due respect, Board of Ed, you do not have to adopt and implement the curriculum from the state. I would also request that you do not abide NJ 84454 and remove all references to equity, CRT, transgenderism, and diversity from our public school curriculum. In short, please write and adopt the new one. I know I'm speaking fast at a time limit. I apologize. These terms are loaded ideological terms, again, subversive of our homes and communities, our national heritage and identity, and most importantly, our corporate ethics. Equity is a Trojan horse to force liberal, immoral ideology on children, a pretense to introduce perverse, alien doctrines in the guise of alleged fairness. By voting for this and upholding it, you are complicit in and responsible for the destruction of our communities and the corporate body politic. You are corrupting our youth, the next generation. You are guilty. It's on your hands if you do not repeal the state's mandated curriculum. What is leadership? I'm going to quote something, and I would ask if you could tell me where it is. This is leadership. Appealing to the supreme judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions and with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. Anyone? I'm serious. Board of Ed? Okay, that is the conclusion of the Declaration of Independence. You are not doing that, mutually pledging all you have for what is right and standing against the despotic state. Florida is doing that. Why aren't you? You're acquiescing. You're not just on the wrong side of history, you're on the wrong side of morality, ethics, and truth. You're on the side of evil, advocating, enforcing, abdicating, yielding, and promoting. Appealing to the same document, I make similar assertions against you that were made against another civil magistrate. He has refused his assent to laws the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. You know what I'm referencing there? These were the legitimate prosecutable offenses levied against King George of Great Britain, and these offenses are likewise levied against the Board of Ed. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution, unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation, acts intended for abolishing our most valuable laws and altering fundamentally the forms of our government. And sadly, I keep hearing this, and I'm concluding with this. We'll keep the curriculum, but not enforce it. And that's not adequate. It's not enough not to enforce it, because that's passively passing the buck, the responsibility and the grave consequences of defiance. It's passing it down to teachers and those under you. That's not leadership. Forcing the people you represent and serve to do your dirty work in resisting the state, forcing them to suffer so you don't have to deal with the friction and opposition and sacrifice concomitant with leadership. Leadership means defiance and fighting for the right cause, whatever the cost. The big question here is what happens if we defy? But you ran for office, you got elected, you defy, you fight the fight. You stand in the breach and suffer the consequences of resisting the tyrannical state government. But no, you say, shh, here's what I'm hearing. This is what I'm hearing. Shh, we'll leave the curriculum because that's the mandate, but we won't enforce it. We'll just do it our own way. And what you're essentially saying is this. You are saying, make the teachers fight and hide and avoid and hope not to get in trouble. So when the despots come in and invade our district to enforce their Their draconian, arbitrary, wicked mandates, the teachers, the families, and the kids all suffer the government's retribution, while you sit back content, self-righteous, and secure, saying, hey, we were compliant. It was them. It was the teachers. How dare you sacrifice the very people you're supposed to
Your
represent
5 minutes is up. Thank you.
and serve and protect for your own
Sir,
safety and security?
Your
That's
5 minutes is up.
my
Thank
last
you.
sentence. The most egregious, despicable, and disgraceful
Sir, your
betrayal
5
of
minutes are up.
leadership.
Thank you.
Please repeal A4454 and do not administer that in our district, because it currently is being forced on our families and students. Thank you.
Thank you.